Welcome to Immersive Sports Science. Content, not commentary. Sports science, not bro science. If you like what you see, subscribe, smash that bell, do all the social stuff. We'll be brill. So today, so this video is quite a new concept I've got. It's all the 5 live, 5 minutes, 55 seconds, talking about something that's happening within the sports science, within the fitness sphere. I'm going to try and keep it as raw as possible when I actually do the 5 minute. Quite a lot of you guys are looking for shorter content, but it's quite difficult to get all that amount of knowledge and content into such a short space of time. Generally, most of the videos I produce will be over 10 minutes long. So trying to give you all that detail as detailed and concise as possible, what you guys have been asking me to do. So here we go. We're going to load up all the 5s down there. We got 5 on the clock. I've got my Microsoft phone ready working. We've got all the 5s and we're going 5 live. So today we are talking about sport and exercise science. What is it? And how can we actually do it? And going into the actual details of it. Sport and exercise science is split into two sections. Sport being the tournament, the competitive side of the science. And exercise, or as we probably would know it, fitness. But likewise, in order to do sport, you have to exercise. So there's a bit of both that interplay with each other. And generally, when you look at YouTube channels or social media channels and the content they put out, if I was to do it as a Venn diagram as shown here, lots of people will often aim towards the fitness elements, the fitness side of it. Mainly because there's more emphasis, there's more show, there's more views in that section rather than the sports science. But people who do sports science, take a look at someone like X or Shredded Sports Science. They're usually within that section. There is like a cross interplay between the two. You're in the middle of the Venn diagram. Now, with regards to sport and exercise science, there are, at the basis, that's the British Association for Sports Science, has really 3 main sections, which most elements of sports science will fit in, most subjects will fit in. That being biomechanics and kinesiology, psychology, and also physiology. And as you can see from here, you will notice that there is an intercross section between them. They all interplay with each other. And most of the modules or subjects regarding sports science will fit into that somewhere along the line. Now, noted that some of them may be considered more important than others. So for instance, psychologists constantly say that their subject is not considered as serious as it should be, even though it's one of the 3 major sections of sport and exercise science. Now, note-wise, most of them probably would think this, and most of the subject areas generally think that maybe their subject should be more important or have more prestige or more vital than others. In reality, they often intermix with each other. There are 8 other main sections as well, or subjects, that you can also see here. These often interplay somewhere within those 3 in the Venn diagram, the biomechanics, psychology, and physiology and anatomy. Now, when we often do sport and exercise science, we often have a cross-disciplinary or work within a multidisciplinary teams. So, multidisciplinary team, that's people from multiple disciplines, and they bringing across their own subject knowledge in order to help individuals or a team to improve their own performance, or to gain fitness, or gain exercise, or gain knowledge, or whatever the goals are of that multidisciplinary team or practice. The other cross-disciplinary, the other section, the cross-disciplinary. Now, a cross-disciplinary team or an individual has multiple skill sets within multiple sections of the sports science background field subject areas. Now, noted that Venn diagram with the 3 and then you got the 8 subject areas, there's certain subjects or newer subjects that really do not fit within that certain area. So certain part of the mathematical analysis of the performances, not necessarily performance analysis, but people looking at newer, more niche areas like chaos theory and looking at how to improve penalties, for instance, don't really fit into that areas of biomechanics, physiology and anatomy, and psychology. So in the future, we might have to adapt these. Now, many fields of study often have an accreditation route, which you have to go down before you can call yourself whatever in that certain area. Or your degree will make you sure you are accredited. So for instance, in my field of psychology, to give you an example, you do your undergraduate at sport and exercise science, doing 3 years, or you do a psychology route. Then on top of that, you then do your masters, and then you do 2 to 3 or 3 to 4 years worth of accreditation before you can call yourself a psychologist. Nutritionist is a bit different. All you have to do is do the level 3 or do the master's degree course with the equivalent of, and make sure you have enough experience before you do it. So there's differences, and there's also differences between each country. But when you're working in a sports team, you have to interplay, you have to intermix, you have to bring ideas to the table in order to help those individuals in need. Likewise, there are new professions coming in. Like I mentioned, the mathematics guys. There's also people helping with lifestyle, helping the lifestyle of the athletes, and they may come in as well. And the multidisciplinary teams might be small, they might be large. Good examples of this are within the Test, which is a program about the Australian cricket team. But that one's probably a really good one to watch, and I hope I've given you all the information you need about sports and exercise science. That's my time up. I haven't quite gone over, but I hope that's the information you've got. Every nation or successful team or success regarding sports science often has a lot of money pumped into it likewise, and it might be a good one going to go into sport and exercise science as a degree. Likewise, for degrees' sake, 60% of those who do sport and exercise science as an undergraduate don't often end up doing sport and exercise science as a career. So that might be another one to look at. That's for the UK. I can't really state for other nations like the United States. Bear that in mind. Your skills you gain doing a sport and exercise science undergraduate course and are transferable to get onto other careers or get onto a different career route. I'm Adam McCarthy. Immersive sports science, content not commentary, sports science not bro science. Smash that bell, and I'll see you in the next one.